All right, everyone. So today, and kind of moving forward for the next couple of days, we're going to be peer editing each other's papers. So I'm just going to kind of show you what I'm expecting from this and kind of the procedure you should take to do all of this. So I gave you back your rough drafts. You're going to need to go share that rough draft. You just come up and click the share button with the person I gave you as a partner. There's one group of you that there are three people. You might just have to decide amongst yourselves who's going to send their paper to who. But it'll kind of be like a circle. One will send to one person, that person will send to another, the other person will send it back to the first person, and you'll edit it that way. So to do this, it's simple. Write your name at the top. Write the person you're evaluating at the top, and then you're just going to kind of go through their paper piece by piece. So for the context portion, that should be in their introduction. It should come first. You should come away from the context portion knowing what the paper is generally about, knowing about the subject, and not really being confused as to why they're about to start making their argument. If the person is just jumping right into their argument or doesn't really lay out a clear picture of why they're about to argue this point, they should have a lower context score. If not, it should be higher. The next part of their introduction should be the thesis. They should pretty much give a clear argument. It should be very apparent what they're about to argue in this essay. It should be kind of, yes, I want to abolish the Electoral College. No, I don't, but, written in a better way than that. But that's pretty simply what we want. And then why they think what they think. So the clear argument followed by what they're going to argue in their supporting paragraphs. So this is my argument. I think so because, A, B, and C. That's what we should see there. In the supporting paragraphs, which comes next, we're looking for smooth transitions. So if you're talking about one thing in one supporting paragraph and then you just immediately jump to talking about something else in the next paragraph, that's going to leave your reader confused. We want to see clearly why we've moved from one topic to the next. And we want topic sentences. So pretty much I want to see at the beginning of these paragraphs a sentence that cues the reader in on what the paragraph is going to be about. That doesn't mean that you're going to write, like in this paragraph, I will argue this. It just means that we can look at that sentence and tell what's about to be spoken about in the paragraph. You want to see evidence from the documents. So I think that's simple enough. Quotes, really just referencing the document is fine, but evidence from the document specifically. And then we want to see analysis on those documents. So not just dropping the document in and saying like, oh, I got my document in, but using that document to back up your argument, using it to help you argue your point, not just dropping it in there. So good analysis on the documents. Then in the conclusion, you want to restate your thesis, in different words, but taking the thesis, rewriting it in a different way. Summarize those body paragraphs that kind of recap what you talked about in the body of the essay, and then come away with something that makes your reader understanding why this is an important argument. It's kind of like that so what question that I talked about. In general, for the format's easy, so it's easy to check. It should be in Times New Roman or Arial. It should be 12-point font. It should be double spaced, and it should be 4 to 5 paragraphs. If you don't know how to double space stuff, you just come up to format, line spacing, double. So that's easy fixes. And then lastly, grammar and spelling and punctuation. I'm going to be kind of strict about this since we're peer editing, but just a few mistakes will mean you lose a point. No mistakes is perfect, and you can see the rubric if you look on the rough draft space. But so look out for that stuff. Also, we don't want rhetorical questions. Really, we shouldn't see questions at all in these papers. So if you see that, they should have those taken out. They should rethink how they want to write that. If you see them, refer to themselves as I, me, we, my, anything like that, you want to kind of remove yourselves from these papers. So shouldn't see that either. Then at the end, come down here, tell me what the strengths of the piece are, be clear and specific. And then where should they focus on their revision, be clear and specific. For all of this stuff at the time, when you're doing suggestions and evidence, you're not just saying, they got a 5, good job. If they did do really well and there's nothing they should fix, go in there and, you can copy and paste it to show the evidence, or you could explain what they did, but you need to be specific. That way they can see, like, oh, I did this part right, and not just good job. That doesn't help anyone. If, they did poorly, rate them as such, and then give them specific feedback that they can work with to help write a better paper. That's the point behind all of this. You're doing this to help them get a better paper. So this, for you to turn this in, is going to be a quiz grade. I'm grading you on how specific and how helpful you were in this peer editing process. When you are totally done, completely done, you've given them their suggestions, you've got both your names on it, you've answered these questions at the bottom, I want you to make a copy of this. So make a copy, file, make a copy. Share the copy with the person you edited and turn in the original to me, and that will be your grade. Only do that once you've totally finished. The other thing I want you to do is, meet with them, have a conversation with them about their paper. That should help everyone be very clear on what they need to do going forward. So that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. Otherwise, have a good day.